Okay, you guys caught me. I thought I was being smart by making a video thinking I'm gonna sound all normal. Yes, I am sick, you guys. Flu has been wrestling with me. I must, no, 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 let's put it this way. I think winter 2026 does not like me. And it's either it's here to show me that, listen, the young spring chicken that you used to be where you hardly ever got sick, bro, those days are over. Your immune system is different now. Because wow, guys, the flu. If I told you what happened to me in the past 4 days, you would not believe me. You would not believe me, even myself. I've never fainted in my life, but I did. I fainted, I think it was a Friday, if not Thursday. I've never fainted in my life. I didn't even know what was happening until I was told that you fainted. I was like, what? Me never. I did. I did. That's how severe this flu has been to me. But I am thinking we are at the tail end of it because right now I am full of mucus in my lungs, and I'm taking medication to reduce it, and some of it goes and stands, or whatever you call it, somewhere, between my nasal inside and my throat. It's like there's a balloon in there. Sometimes when I swallow, I can literally feel the two touching each other. I didn't even know that was even possible because of the mucus. And sometimes when I cough a whole lot of it, like scary stuff that I've never experienced in my life before. Did I tell you that I was once upon a time caught by Cororo when it started? I don't know. Anyways, aside with that, but thank you for noticing. Thank you for the well wishes. I highly appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. But we'll push on because as long as I breathe, I guess life goes on, you know? Anyways, let's go to the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, where Cat Matlala has appeared. As a matter of fact, it's not going his way. Even though I feel like what transpired at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry may have triggered a high court application. Now, let's talk about what led to me thinking this way. So, Kat Matlala's lawyer, well, I think it's a lawyer that is, how do I put it? Kat Matlala's, okay, let's put it this way: Miss Fanny Haven is not in the commission because allegedly she's sick, and two, there's a new lawyer that is representing Kat Matlala by the name of Missy. I think she's good. I think she's really, really good. And their argument is the same argument I've heard in the Senzo Mewa murder trial when it comes to correctional services. Now, let's go back to the first time when Kat Matlala appeared, not the very first time, last week, where Judge Madlanga said, listen, I'm not going to hear any excuses when we come back on the 24th. Every document must have been submitted by the 22nd, 6 p.m. No excuses, no applications I'm going to listen to, and things of that nature. We are going to proceed. Of course, that sounds good. They all agree that exactly is going to happen. But here's the thing. In the sense of Mewa murder trial, we've seen the late Mgomezulu would be given hell by correctional services when he needed to consult with Ntanzi. So I think there is a something that is not gelling between correctional services and lawyers. And I think this is exposing lawyers, then it's exposing correctional services, because correctional services has a policy on how to access prisoners. But lawyers, that's the part I don't get. But lawyers, they find it extremely difficult to access their clients in prisons. So that means themselves, they don't have some sort of arrangement or policy arrangement with correctional services. And To me, that is direct violation of Section 35 for people that are in prison that have legal representation, and for them to have a fair trial or fair hearing is being violated somewhere in between. Somewhere here, it's being violated because correctional services is going to stand on policy, whether you like it or not. Law is law. And then you have lawyers who don't have some kind of policy or arrangement with correctional services. They have not done anything about this. So now you wonder why so many people are losing cases, a case that you like, no, you shouldn't have lost that case. Why? Because there is lack of access from lawyers to their clients in prison. There's a lack there because in front of the door stands a security guard who says, like that lady Umisi gave that example of a security guard. I mean, we know that it's a Zulu security. That story has been told so many times. Who says, well, the law is the law. So the complacency is with the lawyers. The lawyers are exposed in this matter because now they can't, for their lack of complacency, for their lack of professionalism when it comes to accessing their clients, they've let it go for a very long time. It's for a very long time, and now they're finding it difficult to penetrate into correctional services. And I mean, I remember Judge Rata would even call the head of Makhosi Mampuru, and then they'll make arrangement in court. An arrangement to be made in court, and yet the Makhosi Mampuru head would like, hey, that's the law. There's nothing we can do about it. So now what happens? These lawyers have to wake up at 4 in the morning like the rest of us. Well, I did have a half brother that was in prison that I went to visit once, and I never went there again because of the process. And secondly, I get tumang. You wake up at 4 in the morning so you can access your client. So that means lawyers are treated just like any visitor to a prisoner. And on top of that, and you need to consult. Sometimes consultation needs to take the whole day, but you are there for 30 minutes. What's there that you are consulting? Once again, violating Section 35 of the Constitution for a fair hearing, fair trial, etc., and so on. The lawyers need to wake up. The lawyers need to wake up. They need to challenge this policy of correctional services in accessing their clients. I think the lawyers are the ones that are violating their client's Section 35 of the Constitution. It's not correctional services. Correctional services is already on business. It has a policy. So, I don't know. Somewhere, somehow, these lawyers will have to approach the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development to have a conversation with correctional services. And that is not a violation of separation of powers either. No, it is because it's the minister. Well, minister to minister, man. Minister, yeah, Grudewald and what's her name, the lady, Kubai. They should just make some sort of arrangement because this is a violation of the Constitution. And that is why now I am saying Miss Nisi, who is representing Kat Matlala, has grounds to make a high court application based on the violation of Section 35 of Kat Matlala having a fair hearing at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry due to what? Due to the correctional services policy that refused them to consult with Kat Matlala in prison. I don't know. That's what I'm foreseeing, a court application. And the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry does not have much time, which, by the way, as a nation, we need to start making another call to the president to extend the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry at least to next year, June. At least to next year, June. Or on the second anniversary of the 6th of July. I think we should do that. There's a lot that needs to be dealt with. So the time constraint, I understand Justice Madlanga as well. Justice Madlanga does not have time. Everything is squeezed and it has to be done. So how is he supposed to navigate all of this when he made a very clear instructions the last time Kat Matlala appeared that he's not hearing any excuses? That is why when they made the application to postpone until tomorrow, because they now have Kat Matlala in the auditorium, they can consult with him the whole day they have to. But that also needs to be an application that needs to be done between Kat Matlala's lawyers and the auditorium security, you name it, so that they are able to consult with Kat Matlala. We've seen that also in the Senzo Mewa murder trial where Mr. Mngomezulu was given the postponement, but the postponement was not for the next day. Judge Rata said, you will consult with him here. We will come back at 2. That was around 10, quarter to 11 or so. Says you're going to consult with him, but we will return at 2 p.m. Well, we never returned anyways. I remember, I think he changed his mind and said, okay, have him the whole day. So arrangement needed to be made with the prison and the prison wardens, those that transport the Ndanzi, as well as the court martial and everything. This needs to be fixed. These two need to work together, the lawyers and correctional services, when it comes to people that are still waiting trial, and they need to be consulted with by their lawyers. I really, really believed that Justice Madlanga was going to postpone this after hearing the impossibilities that Kat Matlala's lawyers were experiencing with correctional services. It's not the first time we're hearing this. Not the very first time. So I think they may not know what is going on with the new correctional services. It's not like back in the day during apartheid where lawyers could actually walk into prison and consult with their clients with no questions asked. As long as they produce that they are lawyers, some evidence that they are lawyers, then they let through, they call the prisoner and they consult. Now we live in a constitutional democracy where that is supposed to be it. And I think South Africa may be the only country in the world that has this hindrance between lawyers and correctional services when the lawyers need to access their clients for consultation. I mean, we do see it as well where prisoners can be transferred nilly-willy from Hoshimampuru to Ebongweni while they are still awaiting trial. So that means their lawyers have to take planes and fly over to Ebongweni. Not only just fly there, they have to also hire a car at the airport and drive a few hours down the road. And that it accumulates financial burden even on the accused or suspect or whatever the case might be, which once again violates Section 35 of the Constitution. So something needs to be done, and this needs to be done very quickly. Members of Parliament, yourselves in the Correctional Services Portfolio Committee, as well as, LPC needs to do something themselves. Otherwise, what are we doing? This is how the likes of Kat Matlala will walk free when they're supposed to be convicted and sentenced. Why? Because of these discrepancies. They'll say, no, this was an unfair hearing or unfair trial or unfair findings on Kat Matlala because he was never given a chance to be consulted with by his lawyers. Am I the only one who's seeing this danger? I don't know. Maybe you have something totally different. The thing is, when you are going to listen to these sort of hearings, especially the likes of Kat Matlala, I know people watch with emotions than watching with their brains. So it's important that you remove your emotions about how you feel about Kat Matlala. Remember, one is innocent until proven guilty. I'm not in favor of Kat Matlala. I think he is a horrible person, in my opinion, and also trying to overtake our police and things. I don't trust people like that. But this is just me being emotional. But me being using my brain, I have to utilize the legality of our country, the rule of law. And the rule of law says Section 35 of the Constitution must always be supreme to whatever other, what do you call the rulings that may be made. And that's exactly what Kat Matlala's legal team is going to do when they go to the High Court. Anyways, I don't know. What are your feelings about this? And they have postponed, in my opinion, this is a postponement till 12 o'clock when they have to come back and proceed with today's proceedings at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. I don't know. Please let me know what your thoughts are. And once again, thank you so much for noticing that I'm not well and wishing me well. I appreciate it. If you look at me, let me show you. Look at me. I'm sweating bullets. Yeah, I'm sweating bullets. But other than that, I shall see you guys in my next one. Goodbye.